promoting the shaking up of you. So if you feel like you can drink more than 8 ounces, go ahead and go over there and get some more.
Good.
Yeah. And those who can only drink, you know, that's great. Just bless it up. It's doing good. Okay, so at the top of it, it says, no fat at 10 p.m. the day before. So it's tomorrow night, Sunday night. After 10, don't eat anything that has fat in it. So the morning of, which will be Monday morning, you're going to take your bentonite psyllium, but nothing else. Okay? In the evening, you're not taking the bentonite psyllium. Only in the morning. You're not going to do any of the other supplements. Just take them off the table. Some of them have fat in them, some of them don't. It's just too confusing to remember which does and which doesn't. So I just say bentonite psyllium. And then you got to be on purpose about this gallon of water before 2 p.m. So today I do liver cleansing. I'm usually up at 6. I'm drinking because that water is food for my body. There's 7 to 8 gallons of water in us, and there's no way I can drink 7 to 8 gallons a day. So that 1 gallon is critical. I get that down because once I start into the cleansing mode, it's hard to drink water. I find when I'm on the conic bed, if I even sip water, I could get a little tiny bit of nausea, which is fine. But it's not easy to sip water while you're on the conic bed. So I try to get most of my water done before I hit the conic bed, and then afterwards I give myself about an hour to finish like a quart, whatever I got left. So on breakfast, before you come, because I got you at 9 a.m. on Monday coming here, please eat food without fat. So I'm saying do not eat bananas, do not eat avocados, do not eat eggs, do not eat oatmeal. Those all have fat in them. So if you've got a juicer, Vitamix, or something that you can puree some food in, great. If not, just cook your food. I mean, I don't know. I love having yams for breakfast.
Can you use coconut milk if we have
I can't
creamery?
remember if it has fat. You cannot use anything with fat.
Any fat?
None.
It has some.
Zero, just for that day. Because what you're doing, I've got a picture out there in a book. You want your liver to go flat, which it's not going to. But if it's not having to do any food with fat, it just rests. Okay. So that on Monday night at 10 p.m. when you take that olive oil and that grapefruit juice, it kind of just blooms back up and cleans out more bile ducts. So by resting it for 24 hours, 10 p.m. Sunday night to 10 p.m. Monday night, you're resting your liver because you're not putting lots of fat into your body. You can have a better liver cleanse. Okay? So when you get here, we'll have food here. We typically pick potatoes because everybody seems to like potatoes. I love turnips. Most clients haven't eaten turnips, but we have cooked potatoes, and then we usually have some steamed vegetables for you. And if David gets excited, we'll have some soup without fat in it too. We'll see. So you'll have plenty to eat once you get here. We'll have our vegetable juice. There's no fat in that. There's no fat in apple juice. Applesauce has no fat. So there's just some ideas for you guys. And then my goal is that you're done and off the conic bed between 12:30 and 1 p.m. so you have an hour to eat and drink so you're done at 2 p.m. No food and no water after 2 p.m. on Monday. And then there's 3 times you're going to do Epsom salts. Now Epsom salts is softening up the stones. It's also creating a volcano inside of you, which on purpose you want to do. Okay? And this is manageable. This is doable. Alright? You're going to take that jar of yourself. Each time you do those Epsom salts, you're shaking it up a bit. So 6 p.m., 8 p.m., and 3 a.m., you're doing Epsom salts. So what I do, this is my little trick, at 5 p.m., which is not on here, I have hot water. I get my 3 glasses, and I put a tablespoon each of Epsom salts, and then I stir them. Okay? And they dissolve. And that's why I use the hot water. And then I put a saucer lid over the top of each one. Because water attracts viruses and bacteria. You don't want to leave an open container of water sitting there or you're going to, kind of contaminate yourself a little bit. And then I have to put a note because my family's flipping crazy about cleanliness. And they'll take because it looks like just a used glass of water, and they'll put it in the dishwasher. Liver cleansing. I actually put stuff on a tray. I get everything, the honey, and so forth. So I don't go anyplace. There's no way you can go anyplace. The bathroom is your best friend during this process. So at 6 p.m., and it's really important kinesiology-wise, I'm not going to go into all the details, 6 p.m., 8 p.m., 10 p.m., and 3 a.m., it's important what's going on inside your body those times. So please be on purpose and be right as close as you can to taking these things I'm suggesting to you to do at those times. So at 6 p.m., I'm really serious about this part. You take that Epsom salts, all right, it's bitter tasting. And I got honey. And I've taken my spoon and I just put a bit of honey on the end of the spoon. It's not like a whole big huge spoonful. And so I dip that clean spoon into the honey. I've got that Epsom salts. I'm loving up the process because I know what this is doing. It's softening up those stones, so it's going to be great for my body. I swig that down and immediately have the honey right there. Or you might be having that kind of reflex that you don't want. All right? It's like that. Then I'm close to the bathroom. I've got, I've had clients just hang out in the bathroom. Some clients feel if you're over 40 and this is the first time you've liver cleansed, you might need some Depends, some protection. Rather have the protection for prevention rather than have dribbling and an additional cleanup that you have to do. All right? Some clients will put towels down in the bathroom because by the time they figure out they got to go to the bathroom, things are loosening up. Things are loosening up on purpose. This is good. You're loving this process. You're not hiring a doctor. You're not hiring an anesthesiologist. You're not hiring the hospital. You're not spending hundreds of thousands of dollars for liver surgery. You're doing this to yourself. And in 12 hours, you're going to be amazed what comes out of you. So this is an all-incredible blessing. Thank you, Dr. Hulda Clark. Okay.
It's $26,000 for a gallbladder surgery. So just think of this as you just made $26,000.
8 p.m. So I have been foolish. I have thought I could physically leave the house. I am a silly woman when I'm liver cleansing. I thought I could just carry my Epsom salt in a little thing and I go to a movie and I have realized that's not wise. Because the bathroom needs to be closed. And then at 8 p.m. I do my next glass of Epsom salts. And if you're really thirsty, you can have more water instead of 8 ounces. It says warm. I can't drink Epsom salts warm, for me personally. So I have to have that's why I said at 5 p.m. I have the hot water and then it cools down. I need the room temperature. Followed by that honey, if that resonates for you. And then at 9:45. Now, if you want, I've laid out 20 different liver cleanses, and this is the one I've come up for you guys. So it's medium of the road. It's not so harsh that you'll never do another liver cleanse, but it's not so weak that nothing's happening inside your body. But if you want, you could start taking your L-ornithine at 9:30. You could take 2 pills with a little bit of water at 9:30. You could take 2 at 9:45, and then 1 at 10. L-ornithine is a trace amino acid, and it's calming your nerves. Okay, because we're putting the stuff inside of you to shake up and get things moving, and that's going to agitate your body a bit. So L-ornithine calms you down. So if that resonates to start early with L-ornithine, that's an idea. Otherwise, what's recommended here is to take all 5 at 10 p.m. with your organic virgin olive oil and your grapefruit. Now the thing about the grapefruit, if you don't have one of these, you can just squish it. You don't want the seeds or the pulp. You just want the juice of your grapefruit. And there's times I bought an organic grapefruit and done it, and I don't have half a cup. So you want a minimum of a half a cup. You could go 2/3 a cup or 3/4 a cup. 3/4 is a little too much for me because it's just, that drink tastes really good because I'm hungry. However, I find that about 2/3 cup, half to 2/3 cup resonates for me personally. So you need to get your grapefruit juice, you need to have your organic olive oil, half a cup of olive oil, and you put them in a blender. Or you could in some type of shaker cup, because you need it to be foamy. And then I go to the bathroom, I'm talking to myself, I'm in love and gratitude. Thank God I know this way to clean out my liver. Because our livers are toxic. And then I sit on the right side of the bed. At 10 p.m. I brought my third dose of the Epsom salts to the bed. I brought the honey. I'm just visualizing it for you guys. And I've got my clean spoon. You don't want a used spoon because honey attracts little critters. And then I've got a timer going. And then I've done a little like slant in the bed. Okay, so you know how that wedge when you're laying on the colonic bed the first day? Somehow get your head up a bit, okay? And then I have to put body pillows around because I don't sleep on my right side. So I have to force myself to sleep on my right side. You want to sleep on your right side. Your liver's here. You want the drink to go down, and then you want it to stay minimum. You need to lay on your right side, but if you could do it all night, great. So I go to the bathroom. I've got my 3 a.m. dose there, and then I've got my L-ornithine, and I've got my, understand, it just depends on where I'm at. And you could use a straw to drink this down if you wanted to. I don't, but they have all kinds of ideas that you could be doing with drinking this down. I'm hungry, it tastes good to me. I drink it down, and I slowly lay down onto my right side. Does that make sense? And I've gone to the bathroom, but if there's been a couple times when I've laid down, all of a sudden I feel like the urge to get up and go, because it'll start to possibly leak out of you. I have a towel or a blanket in the bed. If I have a little boo-boo, then I've got something there that's easy to clean up, and I don't have a big mess in my bed. And I typically sleep by myself, because every little thing is going to irritate me. Because, you know, I put my body on, you know, a little bit of edge here. So I don't want to be irritated by other people. I don't want to go into an angry mode. I want to be in a love and gratitude mode. So that's just some ideas that I share with you. I set the alarm at 3. I wake up. I take my third dose of Epsom salts. And sometimes I go back to sleep, and sometimes every liver cleanse is different. And in 2 hours after that 3 a.m. dose, you can drink water and you can eat eat food if you need to. So I set it at 3 a.m. so you had time after you got done with that dosage to eat or do whatever you feel your body needs. Are you going to get a good night's sleep? Nah, I don't know. Probably not. This is deep cleansing going on for the body. It's also cleansing out the pancreas and the gallbladder and the spleen. There's a lot going on with the body. The small intestine gets really engaged in this too. And that yeast and those parasites, they don't like this at all. You may see, it's amazing what people see throughout the night and the next day what starts coming out. You think you got everything, you know, you're here the 5th day, you're going to do another colonic. And you could, I'm not suggesting this, but you could go to the dollar store and get a strainer. Clients get really excited what comes out throughout the night. I mean, you know, massive amounts of stones and debris come out of the body because this is on purpose shaking that up. And some clients have, you know, taken it out of the toilet with the strainer and counted how much stuff's come out. I'm just sharing this with you. It's not that I'm saying you have to do that. I'm just, here's some ideas of whatever resonates. So did I cover it, Dave?
I think you covered it.
It's all my little tricks I can think of. All right, guys, any questions?
Yeah, I didn't remember or hear. Can those drinks be pre-mixed, the Epsom salts?
The only thing you can pre-mix is the Epsom salts. At 5 p.m., I have hot water and I pre-mix all 3 of mine. So they're all done.
Okay.
Because the reason I do it at 5, at 6 p.m., I can't drink it hot. I want it cooled down. And there's times at 6 p.m. I've looked at that and thought, you know what, I'm going to put some more water in that, but I have to drink all the water. And there's times when it's still warm, because I've messed up and it's like 5:30 when I mix it up. I'll put a nice cube in it at like 5 till 6, so it's cooled down.
You don't need 8 ounces of water. You just need...
It says here 8 ounces, but you could have it.
I usually do 4 to 6. So.
Yeah. It's just, you know, if getting the Himalayan salt's a problem, Epsom salts is going to be an issue too. because it's salt, Epsom salt. It's
And after you do about 5 to 10 of these, the Epsom salts taste pretty good.
yeah, it's no big deal now. The first time I did it, I'm going back in my mind to that first time, and thank goodness for the honey. I don't know how I would have gotten it down without the honey. So
Okay, and
there's
there's
a little
one,
bit of honey.
excuse me. There's one of them I see you're taking oil with or something.
Then at 10 p.m., you start blending it up at 9:45 p.m. You have your olive oil, and it's a half a cup. Make sure it's fresh, that you don't have something that's been sitting around for a year or two. That organic, extra virgin olive oil, and your grapefruit. And I'm sharing, when you go get your grapefruits, get more than one. You may not have enough juice from the grapefruit. And if it can't be organic, fine, just get grapefruit. It has to be a raw grapefruit. It can't be grapefruit juice. It has to be, and you have to, get out the pulp and the seeds. And it's up to you how much grapefruit juice. You could go up to 3/4 of a cup. I wouldn't go over 3/4 of a cup, and the minimum is a half a cup of grapefruit juice.
Okay.
And then you need to blend it. It needs to, because the oil and the grapefruit will separate, and you need to blend it up together.
I picked up a bottle of organic, it says just grapefruit, so I guess there's nothing else added into it, but so I can't use that, I actually need to get the physical grapefruit.
Yeah, you need the physical grapefruit. And what you can do is you could drink that as before and after your liver cleanse, but not, I don't know if it has, that's not what, Holden Clark's adamant.
You want live
Live,
grapefruit.
great, because there's energy in that at a cell level that you need. And so she's adamant about that. She goes on and on and on about it. I mean, I could have given you 20 pages, guys, about liver cleansing. I make it easy, one page, so you can follow it, you get going on this. And the goal is, one liver cleanse is not going to clean out those 50,000 bile ducts in your liver. Okay, so you're getting introduced to liver cleansing in a really, an excellent way. And things are going to get moving. And I gave you that visualize the liver cleanse, yesterday, because a client wrote that up. And it just helps when you're on the clinic bed, just to get some words so you can start, because there's 3 things that are going to make that liver cleanse intensified. Going into it dehydrated, not enough water. Going into it with not enough food. The body's just going to say, well, I'm not giving up that fecal matter or those gallstones or those liver stones. This person's in starvation mode. We need everything we can keep our hold of, so we don't want the body thinking that. And then emotionally. What I found, if clients don't hit, scream, yell, and get that permission to just get some of that emotional energy that they've stuffed in their liver, because our liver's not only our physical toxic area, it's our emotional toxic area. The liver cleanse is going to be a much more intense for you. So those 3 things is what I've been coaching you about to help should I use the word pleasant liver cleansing, David?
Hydration. I have done this dehydrated. It is not fun. Do not be dehydrated. If you can get plus a gallon of water, do it.
Yeah.
You do not want to go into it dehydrated.
And twice,
Because otherwise you're going to be really, you think Epsom salts taste bad? You'll be begging for more Epsom salts if you're dehydrated. But it's doing the opposite. You need lots of water. You got to have water. Water.
And the only other thing is 2 times I've stopped the liver cleanse. I did it the next day. 2 to 6 p.m. Food issues. Okay, I have plenty of body fat. I have eaten plenty of food. I stopped it because I just thought I was too hungry. I couldn't handle it. So I coach myself when I liver cleanse now between 2 and 6 p.m. to have quiet time. So any energy that comes up that I need to address emotionally, I can release it. Instead of busying up my life, I gotta go do this, I gotta do that. And I have found it's always surprising what comes up between 2 and 6 for me. Things that I thought I dealt with come back up, and I'm like, okay, I'm clearing this. I'm done with it, it's over. But the issue of taking away something from me comes up. All right, it's only 4 flipping hours. I'm going to eat the next day. It's just interesting, that energy. So I'm just coaching you, if you have the chance to have some quiet time during that time and see what comes up, even deeper cleanse is gonna happen for you. All right, and then when you come in on Tuesday, you're gonna come right in and get on the colonic bed, okay? We're not gonna do the T-zone at all that day because you're not gonna feel like it. And afterwards, when you have your implant in, no way do we wanna be shaking up your body. Afterwards, if you wanna do the biomet, great. It's up to you. But most clients, we have food here, they get off the colonic bed, they eat, and then they go home and rest. You need to rest. Tuesday needs to be a B day, resting. If you rest, restore, and replenish, you're gonna get so much more out Wednesday and Thursday. The clients who have busyness in their lives, their body doesn't have a chance to restore and replenish, and it doesn't pop into that next level of cleansing. But if you rest and restore on Tuesday, because it's major surgery what you've just done to yourself for like nothing. It costs nothing, and you're gonna have a little bit of discomfort. Okay, and you're gonna look back and think, if they've hydrated, eaten, and done some emotional energy to help cleanse out some repressed.
Wendy, we're gonna have a conflict on Sunday because